All right guys, I need a few swings at this. This is the Submersible Goldtech OroCarbo. Something like that. Hello everyone, this is your friendly fitness instructor. How many workouts have you done today? Have you done any? Because I feel wearing this, I'm going to keep saying this through the whole thing, Submersible Goldtech OroCarbo on my wrist. I feel like I've done an extra one because this makes you feel bigger, makes you walk taller. This is Panerai doing its absolute best in terms of I would say, hyper-masculine piece. It's a submersible, it's 44 millimeters, and we're gonna go through all the details right now about this watch because there's a little bit to talk about. Like I've said in many other videos, Panerai is the design that it's just very hard to get these case designs out of your life as a watch lover because they are so singular, they are so recognizable, and as much as you might go through a period where you don't have one in your collection or on your wrist, you put it on and there's that old magic again. It's almost getting boring now how much Panerai comes back into my life. I've done a video about the fact that it was the first luxury watch I ever owned. I've done multiple videos since, including asking about the Luminor versus the Radiomir and which one you are. I really feel that this is a very happy middle ground. Now let's get into though, let's not let Panerai off the hook here. What is all this terminology about? What is gold tech? So gold tech is a new gold alloy that Panerai have come up with that mixes copper and platinum with their gold to give it different characteristics. The first thing the copper does is it gives it a slightly red gold appearance or a pink gold. Now the case is fully brushed, so you're getting this nice kind of matte rose gold or pink gold or red gold appearance. And in terms of the platinum, that's not there so much to change the tone of the gold, it's there to prevent oxidization of the gold and stabilize the overall alloy. And if you're wondering about the carat of the gold, like Rolex, Panerai don't give that information. They just explain that the alloy contains gold, platinum, and copper. So that explains the gold tech. What about the OroCarbo? Well, if you've been following along, a year after Time+Tide started in 2015, Panerai introduced Carbo Tech, which was their unique patented way of manufacturing with carbon material. And the way it presents on the wrist and aesthetically is with these, they look like zebra stripes to me. There's this sort of striations in the carbon material that really elevates the material. It has a really lovely, also sort of a brushed, somewhat smooth texture. And we have in this watch, the bezel. Ooh, that's nice too. Like with the Blue Notte, a 42 millimeter submersible in steel, we have the minute indications on the dive bezel in gold tech, so inlaid into the OroCarbo material. Interestingly, the OroCarbo also is used as the lever for the crown guard. Now, of course, this being a Panerai, we have this very distinctive design feature, which is this large crown guard, which is sort of what gives the watch its distinctiveness. It gives everyone the clear indication that you are wearing a Panerai. We have this crown guard, which you release and then are able to manipulate the crown. You're able to wind the crown, you're able to change the time. There's two settings on that mode, and then to effectively push the crown back in, you just press that OroCarbo or Carbo Tech material lever and you are back in. Now let's talk about this submersible case and the submersible offer in the mix of Luminor and Radiomir. We do have a large case at 44 mil, but again, like the 42 mil, it wears a little smaller and a little more snugly because of these nicely brushed and nicely shaped, sculptured, I would say, case sides. And again, when you look at this from a distance, the lugs appear almost to be separate to the case and attached separately, but that is just an appearance. They are actually sculptured out of the same block, but again, from a distance, they can appear to be separate lugs. Now, the case back of the watch is blackened titanium, which is the most, I think, dermatologically comfortable material to have flush on the skin. And also we have a natural rubber strap that again has these quite thoughtful design touches. It's quite scalloped out We have all kinds of things happening with the strap. It's a really useful looking strap, and it has this slight concertina at the top, which I imagine is going to give you a little more flex as you either put this over your wetsuit or as your, I don't know, your wrist swells in summer, I'm not sure. But it's certainly got a little bit more give in that top fold of the rubber strap. So we don't care what anyone says. The most important stat about a watch is the lug to lug, which is the distance between the outer extremity of each lug. Now for this watch, that's 54.2, which is, again, we talk about this Goldilocks zone of up to 50 millimeters. It's well outside of that. But then again, I asked you the question, why do you buy a Panerai? Do you buy a Panerai for a comfortable, slim daily wearer? Of course not. It's your weekend warrior. It's your watch to wear during the week with a suit like the steel bracelet of the 42 millimeter submersible that says it's a Panerai. And I think part of its heft is its design language. So, your decision. Is this too big for me? This is 54.2 millimeters lug to lug. We have a very reasonable case height of 13.5 millimeters, which is, again, something that on the wrist, with its heft and with its snug security to the wrist, it really wears a lot more comfortably than you might imagine for a solid gold Panerai. In terms of overall appearance, what this really presents to you is this symphony of matte black, what I'll call red gold. It's gold tech, but it has this lovely reddish hue to it, and lots of inlaid and applied details. So we have inlaid gold tech markers on the bezel. We have applied indexes and 2 markers at 12 and 1 marker at 6. And then we have a lovely gold handset that continues to the small seconds at 9. And then of course we've got these little, again, matte black details of the Carbotech lever on the crown, and also the crown itself is in Carbotech, black Carbotech. So overall we do have this symphony of really stealthy, quite sexy colors. In closing, it's kind of the king of the Panerais for me. This is the expression of the Panerai that merges the two design schools of the Luminor and the Radiomir, and then adds details that, while luxing it up with gold, you also have this matte OroCarbo bezel or Carbotech bezel that has a stealthy and matte appearance as opposed to a blingy appearance. So we've got a nice combination of stealth and luxury with the tones and the materials, and then we have that very sporty spirit of the rubber strap. So yeah, Panerai, it's the stain that never comes out, and this is a masterful version in what we call gold tech with OroCarbo, whatever you want to call it. Panerai, it looks pretty good to me. Thanks for watching. Again, we're asking the question about Luminor versus Radiomir, but then I want to add into the mix Submersible, because I'm feeling this. What do you think?